This is Ben from Testive, and we're looking at an ACT science question. Which of the following statements is best? A lower doubling time results in greater oxygen consumption, or without the KOH paper, oxygen levels in the tubing may influence the movement of the kerosene drop. Okay, so the first one is something that is not a hypothetical. We need to actually find data for this. A lower doubling time results in greater oxygen consumption. So I see doubling time in our table down here, and I see that the doubling times mostly increase directly. It actually goes 20 minutes, 1 hour, 24 hours, 48 hours. So actually they don't increase directly, they jump around. But let's just look at a couple points. We have 20 minutes, and then we don't actually have oxygen levels. What we have is distances. 20 minutes has the largest distances. So that's the lowest doubling time, largest distances. The longest doubling time has the smallest distances. So let's see, do distances correlate with greater oxygen consumption? It says in our passage, as the cells consume oxygen, the kerosene drop moves. So we're measuring the movement of the kerosene drop here. So the further it moves, the more oxygen is consumed. So we can say that a lower doubling time does result in greater oxygen consumption. So this one's going to be true. So we know it's not going to be none of the above. Without the KOH paper, oxygen levels in the tubing may influence the movement of the kerosene drop. So this is a hypothetical. This is one where they say, if something about this experiment changed, what would happen? So we have to kind of infer something. Without the KOH paper, all right, we don't have anything in our passage to tell us what the KOH paper is doing. So we have to kind of think about whether it makes sense that this change would have this effect. Oxygen levels in the tubing may influence the movement of the kerosene drop. Well, one thing we could say is if you change any single thing about an experiment, something unknown about that experiment might happen. But that's probably not exactly what they're looking for. Let's see. It says, as the cells consume oxygen, the kerosene drop moves. Well, we know that the cells are sealed in flask B and that the KOH paper is at the top of flask B. So we could assume that there's a potential effect of a strip of paper at the top of that flask having some effect because those cells are consuming oxygen, of that paper being there having some effect on the oxygen levels in the tubing because that paper is between the cells consuming oxygen and the kerosene drop in the tubing. We don't know, but it's a hypothetical, and we have this word may influence. So we're probably safe to say that if we changed that experiment, that this effect might change. It's not something we would want to be certain in saying it wouldn't happen. So I'm going to go ahead and choose both of the above as my answer choice here.